Now I'm going to show you some very basic things, kind of a beginner's thing for how to use Audacity. This is the Audacity interface. I've already imported some audio here to work with. Um, Basically, what we've got going on here is these are called waveforms. It's like a picture of the sound for each one of these tracks. Each one of these is a separate track. This is for the baby crying sound. I'm going to play this by itself, so I'm going to hit solo and just play it. Notice when I do that, everything else grays out. Okay, and so this is how the tracks work. Now, the basics here, this is the transport controls. This is pause, play, stop, go to the beginning, go to the end, and record. Now, if you got Audacity, you could actually record your voiceover in here if you have a microphone hooked up to your computer, and that works on Mac or PC. But I think you should pretty much stay away from these buttons. They have fixed up a little bit of the interface, but in the old days, if you clicked on one of these buttons and they stayed stuck, then it would kind of stop working. So I just stick to the keyboard for using most of the commands. This is your selection tool. It allows you to select a part of the audio, and like if I wanted to delete that, I could just select that like that and hit delete, and then I've trimmed up the baby crying sound. I can just undo that with Command Z, so if you ever make a mistake. Also, when you click in a blank area over here, it becomes deselected. If you want to play from a certain point, you just click, and notice it puts that line right there, and then you can play it. And notice it played everything there because I didn't solo it. So I'm going to solo it, and it's going to gray out everything here. So I just played that one piece, and if I don't click somewhere else, it jumps back to that same place. So if I play it again, it'll just play again. Okay, so that's very convenient. This here is called the zoom tool. So if I click on that, and then this works just like Photoshop. So when I zoom in, I can get to, and this just slides back. So I'm going in tighter to get more detail of the waveform, so I can edit in a certain way. Now, also, this tool is called the time shift tool, so I can shift it in time, right and left. So I can move this right and left to place it where I want to happen inside the right timing of the commercial. This is actually the volume for the microphone. If you don't have one hooked up, it's not even doing anything. This is the volume of the speakers. It does not affect the volume of the audio. This is a factor of the overall output, so you don't want to mess with that either, but just to let you know what it does. This is the volume control for each individual track. If you push this to the plus side and make the gain get higher, you're making that track get louder. If you drag it back to the left and go into negative numbers, you're making that track get quieter. If you double click the little button here, it lets you enter a specific value, or I'm just going to hit 0 to put it back to 0. Now, 0 in digital sound is not no sound. It's not, you're not making it so you can't hear it. 0 in digital sound is as it was recorded. 0 is not no sound, it's no change in the sound. So it's how it was recorded and then was imported in without any changes. This down below here is a pan to the left speaker, pan to the right speaker. We're not going to use this. The fact that there's two tracks here show that this is a stereo file and can be panned to left and right. I could pan this side of it to the right speaker and this side of it to the left, or vice versa, but we're not going to get into using that. This is the name of the file. You can click on name and you can give it a different name. Let's say you imported it and had some name that was generated by the sound program and doesn't have anything to do with what your production is. You can come in here and keep your track straight by putting significant names there. You can also move this track, like if I wanted this track to go to the bottom of the stack of tracks that I have here, or I could move the track down. Now, since it's at the top, if I was at the bottom, let me just show you. I'm going to move it to the bottom. Okay, so now it went all the way to the bottom, and the view actually scrolled, so I'm seeing it down here at the bottom. Here's all the other ones that are above it now. Now I can move it back to the top. All I got to do is just click here, and it says move track to the top. Or I can just move track up. Now if I move track up, now I can go either up or down. So I can move the track up one track or up to the top. Okay, so I can just keep doing that and put it where I want it to go. So I'm going to put it all the way back up to the top again. Okay, and then it's back at the top. Now, another thing that we can do with the view, and I've given you a keyboard shortcut that's linked below this video that gives you all of this, so you don't have to memorize it all, but obviously the more you learn from this video, the better. But as you can see, we're kind of zoomed in now. And so there's a keyboard shortcut. On Mac, you hold down the Command key, and on Windows PC, it's the Control key, and you hold that down and you press the letter F, and that makes it so you can see everything now. So now we can see all of the tracks left and right. This is the music track, so it's the longest one. It's just a short little baby cry here. But now if we want to fit in all the tracks, and here's all the tracks vertically, I'm going to unsolo this so they all turn that nice color so you can see them all. And here's all the tracks, but we can't see them all at the same time. So if we want to be able to do that, that's hold down Shift and Command and press F. And on Windows PC, it's Shift and Control, and you press F. And now you can see all of the tracks, okay? And this is kind of how you edit, because now I can place these tracks anywhere in time where they go, but now I no longer can see their volume controls. So if I need to adjust the volume of this, I can hit this little button and flip down. And if that doesn't do it, I can just grab this and pull it taller until I can see. Now I don't really need to see the pan because we're not going to use that. So that's as much as you would need to adjust the volume. And then so we just continue to move these into the correct position, and then we play back. So now I'm going to bring these down so I can see the volume controls of all of these. And what I'm looking at here is the playback meter. And this is just like in Premiere where there's a meter. So when somebody's talking, you want this to be at about -6. And now it doesn't stay glued to that. It's just going to average around -6. But you want to favor it to be below 6 more than above 6. But then the same thing here. If I solo this baby and then I switch to the I bar here, so this is the selection tool, I can click right in front of it. And I'm going to play the sound effect, and I'm going to watch the level here. So this car was pretty loud. So let's bring it down about a good 10 dB. So we're -10 dB, and now let's watch it. Okay, so it's now down around maybe -8 or something like that. Let's bring it down even a little more. Now it's a little more reasonable in terms of the volume. You can do the opposite of that. You can also make it louder. So if I want to listen to a couple of these all together and not all of them, I can click on solo and then hold down the Shift key. And then this works on Mac or PC. Now I'm listening to just these three. So let's click here and then play. Again, way too loud. So let's turn this down about -16 dB. And then let's move this a little closer. And let's play that back. And then this time we'll get on this bar tool here and click. And again, way too loud, so let's back this off to about -12 dB. And again, you have to watch the meters. There's no magic number to put it to. You just have to watch the meters. Now if I just want to click here to just play this one. Okay, so that's going pretty good at around -15. There's one more thing I just want to show you in here. If you drag these tracks a little taller and you hit on this select, okay, that will just select everything on the entire track. So you don't have to try to use, if you're needing to select the entire thing, you don't have to try to go in there and use this bar to do it. And I would stay away from these other tools. They do very specialized things. But just don't mess with that, and don't mess with any of these here. Do all your adjustments over here. So that just about covers it as far as being able to change your view and manage these tracks, to move them up and down, to change the names of them. Also, sometimes people accidentally come in here and they click on the waveform and it starts to look funny. Or they come in here and they click on spectrograph, and then it gets really funky and you kind of don't even know what's going on. If that happens, just go back in here and just put it back to waveform. That's the standard. And you don't need to go in here and make them stereo tracks, because they already are stereo tracks. So don't mess with any of that stuff. Just keep it on waveform. And if your visuals start looking funny, you can call me over, or you can just remember to go in here and go to waveform. Okay, so that's pretty much the basics of how to use Audacity. It's very simple. It's just a matter of putting in the first track. You always start with a voiceover, and then put in all the sound effects one at a time instead of importing them all in at the same time, and as they're called for in the script, in the order the script calls for them, and then you just export it when you're done, once you've balanced everything out, and that's it.